Hello friends and welcome back to the channel for war number 8 of season 48. Today we have a matchup against CZSK. Haven't fought these guys since all the way back in season 42, so it has been quite some time since we matched up. Team today, Black Cat coming back to war, Titania and Stryfe for another couple of tactic fights. We're going to be starting off today on path number 1. We have a QUICKSILVER here on node 1. And unlike the Photon fight that I died twice to earlier in the season, I was very confident that Black Cat could outdamage any and all regen in this fight. So at the start of the fight there, I purposely triggered his evade, and then I made the mistake of trying to reparry him. You really don't want to do that against QUICKSILVER. And you can see, even though I'm not mega boosted here, the damage is easily overpowering the regen, and the bleeds are doing additional work here too, unlike, again, in that Photon fight where she's bleed immune. So I'm not fully reliant on getting up to my special 2, that sabotage debuff, to get a big burst of damage off here. So I'm trying to, again, just build up to the special 2. We fire it off. We've got the sabotage debuff up, bleeds and sabotage damage going, and the fight is pretty much over here. I think I just finish it off with a combo into the striker, and no need to worry about blocking that special 2. Alright, next up we have a KINGPIN here on node 10. I'm going to go in here with Stryfe. I just did this fight this morning, and I remember forgetting in the moment that the rage debuffs would still be triggering masochism and unblockable for this fight. So it's really good that I kind of backed off right away instead of trying to land a parry at the start of the fight here. So I remember him being extraordinarily aggressive in this fight, and as you can see, I'm having a little bit of trouble getting him to dash back and hold block long enough for me to get in enough blocked hits and kind of stay ahead of the indestructibles here. So you can see we're about 30 seconds in. He is getting a lot of indestructibles. We've done no significant damage, and when we do damage, it's triggering masochism and healing him back up to full. So finally, we get him to hold block a few times here, build up some prowess, and now we're kind of ready to go for the rest of the fight here. My next goal is to get him into a position where I can use my special 1 without him getting a bar of power, and that'll force him to kind of combo into us, and we can safely land a heavy attack. So shortened combo right there, fire off the special 1, wait for him to come in, charge our heavy, and release. That gives us a bunch of telepathic charges, and that's not only going to increase our attack in this fight, but it's also going to give us a little bit of a safety net in case for whatever reason we need to push him to that special 2. We can remove his unstoppable and passively stun him with enough telepathic charges here. So we're baiting out one more special 1, and I had hoped that this special 2 was going to finish the fight. I think if we had gotten one more crit, it probably would have done so. But in any ways, we land a nice little intercept here, and another yellow bar KINGPIN fight is in the books. Alright, up in section 2, we have a JABARI on 25. Very similar strategy here with Stryfe as with the KINGPIN fight. Hit into her block as much as possible to build up prowess. You're also going to see me parry the final hit of her special 1, and that's just going to serve again to either remove it indestructible or give us additional prowess. And the timing on that is very easy. She signals it very clearly. So you're going to see me launch my special 1 here, but the AI does a medium into my invisibility, and as a result my heavy does not land. That's just what happens sometimes when you play with Stryfe. If the AI doesn't want to cooperate with a full 5-hit combo, your heavy's not going to land. You just kind of have to be ready for it. Not really sure why I launched a second special 1 there, because she could have used her special 1 into my invisibility, so I probably should have just saved for the special 2 there. Not really sure what I was doing. A little bit of a strategy mistake there, but we have plenty of prowess in this fight now. We can pretty much play it as normally from here on out. Striker into the heavy to remove protection. We can outdistance her special 2, no worries there. Think I again go for some more telepathic charges here, trying to get that passive shock up. This time she cooperates. We don't really have another Stryfe fight after this, so the persistent telepathic charges are really doing nothing for us here. I'm not really sure why I didn't just go for straight special 2s, in hindsight here. So I think, yeah, get reverse intercepted there, and now we're just trying to bait out this one more special 2. And she's close to 3 bars, so we need to be careful not to get reverse intercepted again. She throws the special 2, and our special 2 kills her, despite protection being up still. So a little bit of a sloppy fight there, not as clean as KINGPIN, but we got through it all the same. Alright, last fight of the war for me is a rank 2 Mojo on 34. I was originally assigned Void for this fight, and he can do this fight just fine. But I wasn't really in the mood to play around the anti-life field, and Titania was available, and Titania is, you may have heard, very, very good. So this was just an easier matchup for me. And I had thought that the fatigue debuffs from the Standing in Fear node would interact with her Haymaker cooldown, so I figured I would have a little bit of quicker access to my Haymakers here. Not that it really comes into play too much here. Another thing that I had forgotten about completely in this fight is that when you use your Special 3 against Mojo, because he has like a unique Special 3 animation, it doesn't leave him against his own wall. Right there I get tagged too early on the decks for the Special 2. We fire off our Special 3 to have the Indestructible eat most of that degen here. So after the Special 3, you can see that he is able to basically dex out. He's not at his wall. Not really that big of a problem, honestly. So probably could have finished the fight there if I had, extended my combo with the Striker. Instead, we bait out the Special 2 and punish that, and we're good to go. So, naturally, we went on to lose this war, of course, because we aren't pushing, and shout out to CZSK on a good war, and good luck to them the rest of the season. 4 kills for me this war, and my third 0-death war in a row. There's probably a lesson in there somewhere. I feel like I am playing better and more loosely now that the stress of not worrying about deaths or placements or records or anything is kind of out the window, so... our record has fallen to 2-6 on the season. Curious to see where we end up. Like if we do in fact lose these last 4 wars here, I'm interested to see where we're going to end up. Are we going to fall all the way into like Platinum 2? Are we going to be at like the bottom of Platinum 1? How is this going to impact our push next season? These are all questions that will have to wait to be answered, I suppose. So, folks, if you enjoyed this, please let me know by hitting that like button, and as always, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you again next time.